like you said, he shouldn't be even referring to him as his best friend. He should say my ex-best friend, someone who used to be my friend, because that's no friend.
No friend.
That's no
There's no
friend.
like
Someone
that.
who can get into your house and sleep with your wife, whether they went out or whatever, that's no friend. That's not a good friend.
It's like you have a dog at home, but that dog then starts biting your kids
Beating
and
your
running
kids.
around and beating your kids. That's no longer a dog. That's an animal.
It needs to be put down.
Put down or thrown into the wild or whatever. Because how can a normal dog that is being taken care of, getting all the food at the house, start eating those kids at the house? That's not. What you need also to understand is other people don't need to tell you what to do with your life. That's your responsibility. That's your thing. If you want to do it like that, just do it. If they're not comfortable with it, no one should really dictate anyone else, like, how they should dress, how they should behave and everything. That's just not right, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Greetings. Welcome to Real Life Conversations with Pizzo and Ongai. It's always an exciting time when you come, just to share, just to enjoy. Thank you so much, for all the support, and thank you so much, even for all the Valentine, messages. We really appreciate. We had a good time, on the Valentine's. My beautiful wife, did you have a good time?
I did actually. I did have a good time. I enjoyed. I hope you guys enjoyed your day. And that guy, it was funny when I saw one of my friends on TikTok saying that Totanga Popotari, when are we going to start shouting at our men for not getting us any presents? So I hope you guys had fun. Hi, baby. How are you? Did you have a good Valentine's Day?
It was exciting.
It was.
Yeah. There are things that I wish, I can actually show others, show the world, show everyone, show my relatives.
Like
say,
what
guys,
the view wants.
Whatever it is that I enjoy sometimes, I want to share, with someone to say, guys, this is what I'm having.
They have no idea.
They have no idea.
Because when they tell you, you should leave Wongai, you'll be like, you guys, you don't know this person.
You don't know the real Wongai.
You have no idea.
There are things that I would want to share with you guys, but unfortunately, I can't.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate, but
you'll be banned.
I just can't, but but I wish I could, because there's sometimes, when I enjoy something, I want to share it with someone to say, can you
are you sure you want people to see
this?
that?
I can't, but anyway, how are you? What do you get for us today?
My favorite segment.
Question and answer.
Yeah. Oh, guys, we've got amazing questions and questions here for you. So exciting, not as in I'm happy with the issues that people go through in marriage, but it's good when people are able to come forward and communicate their challenges and their problems, and being able to seek help. It's really good when people seek help. So we're going to try to tackle them as much as we can. So I'll dive into them straight.
Yep, let's go.
Here's the first one. The first one says, my husband says that he has been called and wants to become a pastor.
Okay.
I feel nothing, and I could never want to serve God as a pastor's wife. It's a lot of pressure, and it's definitely not me. How do we deal?
It's an interesting one, I'm not a pastor, but, I've worked with pastors. I'm a believer. I'm a Christian. So I might just share my understanding on what happens, because I can give you an example, maybe which is from the Word of God. I think is it Saul who became Paul?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Saul, when he was doing what he was doing, persecuting believers, persecuting Christians, he would actually say, I don't like these people, I don't like them, and he would actually kill. And I think he went on further to even, get some papers to actually officially do all that persecution that he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
So he was one of those people that will actually say, I don't want to be a Christian, I don't want to be a believer, I don't like these people completely. But you know what happened to Paul? Mm-hmm. Paul, there was a time that when he was actually doing that persecution that he was doing, something just changed. He just had an encounter with Jesus, and everything changed for him. So what I can just say to that particular, mom or sister who has mentioned that, they don't feel anything, is that they might not feel it yet now, but the fact that God has allowed them to get married to the person who God has now called, it will mean something, that God has plans for that couple, for that family. So she might not know it now because the husband is, like she said, is the one who has been called to be a pastor. So eventually, probably she will get, the calling that she's supposed to get. Because, one thing also that I've noticed from all the, pastors' wives that I've worked with, that I've been with, that, I've sat under, is that what just is just, among all of them is just love. So what she just needs to do is not necessarily to be a pastor, or not necessarily to focus on that and everything, just to have love. She'll realize that it's actually something just normal. She'll just be herself and just, love the believers the same way just she would love a neighbor and everything like that. If she's a believer, she'll just do that love, and she will realize that, everything else will fall into place. And also, one thing also that I notice as well is that in the Bible as well, I always want to refer the word of God. There was one guy called Jonah. So what happened to Jonah is that Jonah was given an assignment by God. But when he was given this assignment, he tried to, to dodge it, to run away from it, and to do any sorts of things and everything. And you know what happened? It started to cause a lot of challenges in his life, a lot of challenges even in the other people that, he was, encountering him in his journey. So what you need to understand is that if maybe that man of God or that pastor has been called, they've been given an assignment just like what Jonah is happened to Jonah. So if mom pastor will not allow pastor to do his assignment, that will not only affect the pastor who's like Jonah, it will even affect the people that were in the boat with Jonah. They started throwing the bags away. They started throwing things away. They started doing things that, they didn't want to do, but because they had Jonah with them, they started having those issues. So if the pastor has been called and you are with them, the best thing is that you support, that ministry that has been put upon your husband, and support them. Because if you don't support them, you still start having those challenges, like the ones that follow Jonah when he's not yet fulfilling his assignment. They'll start affecting you even as your pastor's wife. Then you wonder, why are things not working? Why are things going up and down and everything? Why are things not working the way you want? It's because you probably have that Jonah with you.
Yeah, that's very true. That's very true what you're saying. I agree with everything that you're saying. What I want to say is that, I love what our pastor said today when he was preaching. He said that when he's preaching, when he's at church, and then mom doesn't come along with her church, or she's somewhere, she's not there, you feel sick, you feel uncomfortable. No matter what you try to do, if you ask him to dance, whatever, even his preaching will be different if she's not there. So your husband is the one who has been called. All he needs is your support.
Only.
You being there for him. He has been called to preach somewhere, just being there sitting. It doesn't mean that being a pastor's wife, you have to lay your hands upon people, you have to preach, you have to counsel people, you have to do any pastoral duties. Your support, just being there for them. Oh, baby, I've been invited there. Let's go. Oh, mom, I've been invited to so and so at a funeral to preach. Let's go. Just sitting there, him just seeing you there, your support is all that he needs. So I was really, really so intrigued and so excited when he said that I need his support. I just want to see her there. Even if she doesn't do anything, just seeing her there, it's motivation enough, it's encouragement enough. So for now, since you say you do not understand it, like my husband is saying, just support your men. Go there to probably become contagious. It will rub off on you, and then you start doing things. It will just flow. Because God doesn't make mistakes. God called your husband knowing that you are the support that he needs. You're going to be there for him. You're going to support him. You're going to be a great mom, pastor, and everything, and pastor's wife or anything. So just be there, support your man, be there for him. I finally, when I watched this video of Dr. Miles Monroe. He was talking about how it is important for Christian men to be in politics. I told my husband, go ahead. If you want to do politics, go ahead. And because now I understand why it is important for Christian men to be to join politics and how it will make the world a better place. So for you also, my sister, I'm just saying, for now, don't argue, don't distract him, don't discourage him, whatever. Just follow lead. Sit there. You don't have to do anything. Nothing is expected of you. Just smile, love people, greet people. Don't try to do any pastoral things. But eventually, God's plan, God's things will start just happening. So just be there for your men, support him, encourage him, pray for him, and everything will work out.
Yep. And also one thing that you just need to do, I've seen this happening all over every time. There are actually some pastors. When I was growing up, there are some people that I went to school with, some people that I met, in life, some, that I started fellowshipping with before even they got married, and then they got married, and then they became pastors as well. So one thing that I noticed, with all those people is that sometimes they get married to someone who's like completely not a pastor like them. But what then happens is that, I don't know, like what you were saying, maybe to just rub on them, or maybe it's impartation, or maybe it is something that I don't understand. But I've seen, some pastors' wives who have actually, grown, or maybe have that serious growth to become even prophets, to become prophetess, to become people like, who are like on their own. They can just stand there and maybe they can preach, or they can share, or they can, contribute meaningfully, in believers' lives. But they were not the pastors initially. Their husband was the one who was called. So it's just something that happening. And, even these days, I've seen even children, of prominent pastors or prophets who have also grown out also to become as well, great preachers, or great, people of God. So it's just important to just, support. You never know what God has planned for you.
That's it. Number 2, my husband wants me to dress anyhow and post anywhere, but his family and my family are against it. And sometimes he doesn't take my side when my mom complains about it.
I will assume maybe the dressing anyhow that you are talking about is just dressing provocately, or naked, or anything like that. I'm just assuming. So usually it just depends how naked it is. If it's something that your husband is saying, maybe you can post, probably it's not that bad. It's just that maybe you are not just used to that form of dressing. Maybe
she's not complaining, but the relatives and the family members are complaining. Her mom, people from it's the relatives, not her. She's not bothered. She likes it, but the relatives are complaining.
If the husband is approving, why are you even worried about the relatives? You are not married to the relatives. That's just something that's just how it is. It's just, as long as you and your husband, you see it's appropriate enough, it's okay enough, and it's not causing any problem to anyone else. Don't listen. People always have an opinion about, the way you live your life, the way you should dress. People also come to you and say, no, you should dress this way, don't dress this way. But if you go to them, they're dressing the way they want. No one is even asking them, why are you dressed like that? So sometimes don't stress much about what people say. As long as you know yourself that you are doing what you want, you are dressing the way you feel comfortable in, and you are doing what you want. Because remember, you and your husband, you are married, you are a completely different family. Your relatives, yes, they are there to support you and everything, but they cannot dictate really to you what it is that you want to do with your life, because it is your own choice, it is your own responsibilities, or your own, you're the only way that you actually decide to say, this is what you want to do. So no one really should tell you what to do.
Yeah, that's right. I also think that there's a dressing for each and every occasion.
Yep.
Each and every place. We are going to a family gathering. You cannot be wearing a butt rider or small shorts and a boob top or whatever, or go out where your father-in-law will be there and everything, and all other family members will be there. It's very important to make sure that you dress appropriately depending on where you are going. As much as your husband is okay, he loves your body, you want to review, but be considerate also of other people depending on where you are going, whether it's church or family gathering. You have to be considerate. But when it comes to social media, we go to the beach, we take photos, we want to upload photos of myself in a bikini. That's what my husband wants. that's our business. If you know that what I post on social media, you're not comfortable with it, then don't go open my social media. If you're my father-in-law or my mom or whatever, you're not okay. Don't go on my Facebook or on my Instagram. Avoid that, because I cannot stop living just because you are not comfortable. My husband is comfortable, I'm comfortable, so you shouldn't bother. And then also maybe on WhatsApp, if you decide to put status of me in my bikini or wearing something that is provocative, you can just block your mom, my dad, and your dad. You can remove them from people who can view my status, and then you can share with whoever, your friends, whoever you want to see. Because obviously your parents will be like, Maya Naya has put a status. Let me just check what she puts on. And then she goes there. She's your tongue is down. My tongue is down your throat, and you are wearing a short, and I'm wearing just a bikini and everything. You are kissing and whatever. It might make them uncomfortable. So it's better for you to just take them off, or the people that view your status. Also, it also good for your respect. It's also it will keep them respecting you and whatever and whatnot if you do that. So I think anyone else, if Banabamdik and stuff and whatever, if they're not comfortable, never remember when they were quashers and everything, brothers-in-law, if they're not comfortable, they should just know that you don't view my Anaya status, you don't view Baba Anaya status, because you never know what they are gonna put on, because that's not mandatory. But people like you, if you know your parents, they view, just take them off when you're putting up. Take them off your status and then post, and then have fun with your friends and show off your wife or show off your husband, if that's the kind of person or the kind of thing that you want.
Yeah. So I think you are right, Ongai, there. You should just, yes, you need to consider other people, but what you need also to understand is other people don't need to tell you what to do with your life. That's your responsibility. That's your thing. If you want to do it like that, just do it. If they're not comfortable with it, no one should really dictate anyone else, like, how they should dress, how they should behave and everything. That's just not right, in my opinion.
Yeah. 3, I found out my wife is having an affair with my best friend and probably sleeping together, even though I haven't caught them myself, but I have a lot of people who have confirmed this. What did I do wrong? And how can I handle this? I'm in pain.
Yeah, maybe it's just said situation, but maybe before I even give my contribution is what I've noticed is a lot of people that are actually victims in many situations, they tend to want to blame themselves. Because like, the question the person is asking, what did I do wrong? No, you didn't do anything wrong in this instance. If your wife is actually having an affair with your best friend, you definitely didn't do anything wrong. But your wife is just the person who's really, in the wrong.
Why are you blaming the wife and not the best friend?
I don't blame the best friend, because I blame the person. Like for you, if you are in love with me, then you go out with my best friend. Why would I? Yes, my best friend is crazy already. I don't even want to talk about him. But you, why did you make that decision to go out with my best friend? So that will be the big issue. So don't blame yourself for what the bad decision that your wife is doing. And, just try to find out. But basically, if it's something that is really happening, there's no relationship there. If it allowed me, like, let's just end it there, because that's serious betrayal. You have betrayed it with your best friend. The best friend, because you can just cut them off, because you are not like related by blood. They just go their way, because they already showed that they can actually stab you in the back. Because they are not your friend at all. When they're actually coming after your wife or coming after your husband, they are not your friend. They can stab you at the back anytime, so you don't need them in your life. So the best friend is out. So the wife, just based on that behavior, I don't know, maybe if it is that maybe, as a husband, you're doing anything wrong or anything like that, but to then go and have a relationship with my best friend, it's just like having a relationship with my brother or anything, or any of my relatives. So that's really, out of this world. You're just showing that, your true colors, or maybe you belong to the streets. You don't belong in the house, really. That's just my opinion. It's better you just go your separate ways, do it properly. It's unfortunate if there are kids or anything, but that's just not acceptable.
Yeah, like you said, he shouldn't be even referring to him as his best friend. He should say my ex-best friend, someone who used to be my friend, because that's no friend.
No friend.
That's no
There's no
friend.
friend like
Someone
that.
who can get into your house and sleep with your wife, whether they went out or whatever. That's no friend. That's not a good friend.
It's like you have a dog at home, but that dog then starts biting your kids
Beating
and
your
running
kids.
around and beating your kids. That's no longer a dog. That's an animal.
It needs to be put down.
Put down or thrown into the wild or whatever. Because how can a normal dog that is being taken care of, getting all the food at the house, start eating those kids at the house? That's not acceptable.
Yeah, like you said before, that nothing justifies cheating. If you are doing something wrong that I'm not comfortable with, I should just talk to you about it.
Directly.
Maybe you're neglecting me. Maybe you're not there. Maybe you cheated before or whatever. We should just talk about it. Okay, Israel, you cheated with my friend or whatever. I was disappointed. I'm hurting, whatever. Talk about it. I want out and everything, or I'm developing feelings for so and so, instead of saying... So nothing justifies cheating.
Nothing completely.
Whether you did something wrong or you didn't, nothing justifies cheating. Whether you are lacking somehow, maybe you're not having enough sex in your house, you've got a healthy problem or healthy issue, whatever it is, nothing justifies cheating. If there's something wrong, you talk about it, you try to fix it. If you cannot fix it, if it cannot be rectified, go your separate ways and start your lives in a different places, because you cannot have both or what do they call it? You cannot have both of both worlds. What do they call it?
Best of both worlds.
Yes, you cannot have the best of both worlds. You cannot saying you are having your husband, you're also having his best friend, and you still want your husband at the same time. It's either his best friend or your husband. Choose. Because you still want the covering from your husband, you still want him to pay bills, you still want to have a family to be called Mrs. Sundao, and you still also want to be someone smaller or someone's girlfriend. That's not right. Make a choice. Not going back and forth. That's so disgusting. How can you sleep with your husband's best friend?
It's actually so sad, because this is something that's actually happening. Because I remember, I think when I was back home, there was actually some people that I actually knew that were in that similar situation. So what would happen is the friend was making friends, with the husband. They were friends with the husband. So they would go together to drink beer together and everything. Then, the friend would know that this guy likes beer so much, and this guy tends to get drunk fast and everything. So the guy will actually get drunk and they'll buy him beer and everything. After that, you take him, you bring him here, you bring me easy. I'm taking easy home. So when you bring me easy, then after that, I'll be dead already with drunk and I'm passed out and everything. Then you just take me to bed and you help me with the wife and take me to bed. Then after that, you also, my friend, you do your thing. Then the friend goes
in the house with and, you in there.
Imagine sometimes
that's evil.
Sometimes I'll take my friend to the beer hall, and then we go and drink some beer. Then I know I'll say, I need to rush something. I need to do something.
And then he's going to your
I'll
house.
just buy you some beer. So how many do you need? I'll be gone maybe about an hour. I'll be back. Then okay, I just need 3 lagers. Then I get you all those 3 beers. Then after that, I drive to your house, do my thing, and
and then come back.
So people will notice this, because there's nothing that can be hidden forever. So people will get to notice this, and it will get to come out in the open. But there are friends like that. So if you're not
that's not a friend. You cannot even refer to that person as a friend.
All right. So if you are not careful,
there are people like that.
There are people
evil
like that.
People like that.
If you are not careful, some of the people will do that. So you have to make sure you have your boundaries.
Exactly. That's what I wanted to
who
say.
You can actually bring so close to you, to that level of maybe. And also know some other people's intentions. Some other people will want you to always be drunk.
Yeah.
Try to find out, why do they always want me drunk all the time? Or they would want you maybe out of your house, or they want to, I don't know, different things. Try to analyze some of these things that, the people around you or the people that you call friends are trying to do, because some other people out there are so evil. Yeah.
Yeah. Draw a line, because Men if you give them, it's hard for them to say no, because some of them it's because of pride and say don't want to be called weak and everything. So if I don't draw the line, I'll sleep with all your friends if I want to, if I let them. So it's very important. If I feel uncomfortable, if I feel like the way my husband is getting too close to me, whenever we are standing, he wants to stay next to me and rubbing his shoulders off me, I should let you know, the way your friend is always standing next to me, I should move instantly. I don't feel comfortable standing to your friend Peter, next to your friend Peter. I move to you, I move next to you. And keep your hands to yourself. Some ladies, they just want to speak with their whole bodies. Mr. So-and-so, Mr. You are provoking someone. You're trying to, maybe you're doing it innocently, but keep your hands to yourself. Yeah. Go stand next to your husband. And this thing of saying, dad is not here, but you can come inside. No, you're not coming inside. If my husband is not here, mister, you drive away, you go away. Why am I inviting a man inside the house when my husband is not there? What are we going to talk about? What are we going to do? So try to keep your distance. Try to be professional. Try to be someone who has good manners as a woman. Also keep your distance and communicate with your husband. It's better for you to say, all of my friends, whenever they come, they are going away because of you, so you want me to keep quiet. It's better for him to call me, to tell me that it's my fault or whatever, I'm the one who's provoking, but at least I make everything clear. So it's very important to communicate with your husband. And I'm not comfortable with Mr. So the way he speaks to me, the way he touches me, the way he looks at me. Talk about it, and then let your husband monitor or see whatever he can do to try and fix it. But don't hide these things. You have got issues with your husband, whether it is manhood, whatever it is, communicate and talk about it. Don't be telling your husband's best friend problems. But your friend, 2 minutes is already done. Your friend, he doesn't call this one. Why are you telling my best friend that? Talk to me, tell me if you have got problems with me. What do you want him to do? Or maybe if we are discussing, we're just talking as couples, his wife is there, my wife is there, and everything. We're just talking, we are discussing as a couple, as guys. But if you go to an extent of calling my friend, hi, Mr. Peter, I just wanted to let you know that your friend did this to me. What? Why are you telling my friend? What do you expect him to do? What do you want him to do? To come and take my place, to come and replace me, to come and do the job for me. So sometimes we bring this up. Like I said, nothing justifies cheating. Nothing justifies doing crazy things. But sometimes these things are avoidable.
Yeah. Be careful who you bring close.
Yeah.
Be careful.
This is a verse, Matthew 7, verse 12. Therefore, for all things, whatsoever you do, that men should do to you, do you even so to them. For this is the new law and the prophets. The new law and the prophets. My partner is always cheating on me. Does this mean that he wants me to do the same?
It's just unfortunate that they want to use the scripture on the wrong place. The scripture is the word of God. And there's now no way in the word of God where you get justification to go and do something wrong or to go and cheat, because maybe someone is cheating, and then you say, like, an eye for an eye or whatever it is that you are, thinking about. Yes, it's just unfortunate that your husband is cheating, and if he continuously is doing this, you don't need to let anyone change you, like who you are. You are one guy. You are a faithful person. You always want to be faithful to me. So if I start misbehaving, don't let my misbehaving change you to then maybe start misbehaving again. But what you can actually do is, if it's not working to that level that you see, is continuously doing this, is going out, is doing the same thing over and over again, the best thing that you can actually do is just to, let me go. Just to maybe cancel whatever it is that you are having, because you cannot change. The last thing that you need to do is to change who you are based on someone's behavior. Then you start having multiple boyfriends, multiple guys. You start, because what would then happen is, there's this story that is always told, like someone will go to the river to take a bath. So he took off his clothes, he put them on the side, on the river. Then he jumped in the water and started bathing. Then someone who came also was not in his right mind. And then, he just came and took, those clothes from them, from that on the side. Then they started running. So this guy said, no, why are you taking my clothes? Bring my clothes. Then they started chasing that guy. So who do you think people think something is not right? They'll just look at the naked person who's chasing someone who's dressed and
They'll
maybe
try to
holding
help
clothes.
the one
They'll try
holding
even
clothes.
to tackle you so that you don't reach to this guy holding the clothes and everything, because you are the one who's running naked.
Yeah.
So if your husband is the one, who's done anything wrong, just let them go. Just try to find ways of how you can get some more clothes, and other than just chasing around your husband naked, because at the end it's gonna be you're the one. Look at this wife. She's a crazy wife. Look how she's she's cheating. She's doing this, because you'll be the one that everyone else will notice. But your husband, probably you are the only one who's noticing it. So don't let anyone change who you are. Just remain the one guy that you are from right to finish. Don't let anyone change, your character.
I don't think people can be changed by situations, by circumstances. I know people always say never until you're in the situation or until it has happened to you. Like, what people say, that money doesn't change people. It only enhances who they are. It only shows the true colors of who they are, not that it changes them. Same as, when you have a partner who is cheating. I cannot start learning cheating today just because you have cheated and all of a sudden I know how to cheat. I want to revenge and everything. Just like that, I have never done it before. It has never crossed my mind. I think it's like you're just looking an excuse, or just looking for a trigger to say, I want to try this, I want to do this now because you've done it. Because if you are really hurt and if you are in true pain, in actual pain, and you do not condone that kind of behavior, you do not want the same to be done to you, you wouldn't do that.
Yep.
So when you're asking to say that, should I cheat also because my partner is always cheating, it's like you were just waiting for that. It's like you're not trying to fix your relationship. So are you trying to say that if we say yes, that you should do that, you're still going to cheat and then come back inside your house and then sleep with your husband again after you've cheated, and after he has cheated, you come back in the same house again and be a husband and a wife again? So you cannot be changed by what your husband is doing. If you want to cheat, it's just your mind. It's just you who wants to cheat. You just want to find an excuse of saying, my husband is cheating, so now I want to cheat. You cannot learn from that. That's not what you can get out of that. That's not what the best of result that you can get of saying that he's cheating, so now I just want to go and cheat. It doesn't sound right. It doesn't sound like you actually care about your marriage or trying to fix anything. If you feel like you are done, you no longer have feelings for him, you have been hurt, he has hurt you, it's not working, like you said, just move out, move on, leave, instead of saying that I want to fight back, I want to retaliate. I don't want to go any further or any deeper. I don't want to sound like I'm holier than thou or whatever, I'm better, but I don't think I'll be comfortable coming from outside, having slept with another man, my husband coming from outside, having slept with another woman. I come in the house and then I sleep with you again. You sleep together after having all those sexual intercourse and all those from here to there and all that. It's just not right. It's just disgusting and it's not okay. So it's better to just go your separate ways. You start your own life. You start not saying, I'm paying back, I want to revenge. You can't learn from a bad person. You cannot learn to become a promiscuous person just because your partner have cheated. You cannot say I'm revenging.
One thing that you cannot do, for example, if maybe someone is bewitching you, for example, then you say, I want to retaliate and bewitch them as well. You are not going to win. Because you are going to someone probably who has years and thousand years of experience. Exactly. They know how to play that game. And you are just coming in, you say, I want to do it as well. You'll be hurt and you'll get damaged in the process. So don't ever try to say, now they did this, or let me do that. That's why, the word of God, actually God says, revenge is not yours, it's mine. Leave it to me. You just be you. Show love, do your whatever it is. Then leave anything to do with revenge to me, because God knows that if you try to do it on your own, you're not going to win. They will always beat you left, right, and center. So just remain who you are. And then if you see it's not working and you try to tell them and they keep cheating on you, they keep, being promiscuous and stuff like that, the word of God actually allows you to live that kind of relationship where there's, infidelity and, adultery and stuff, you can leave that relationship and there won't be any issues, on you like that.
Exactly. Shona says, Anzi mshonga ubate pasina chironda. If your husband is cheating and you decide to find help and to try to fix it, there won't be a problem. But the moment that you yourself, you try to do it, you try to do the same, the whole world will sound as if, because usually they'll say, they say in Shona, Israel akanyenga. When it's done by a man, they say Israel has a girlfriend. And when I do it, Vonga is a prostitute.
Yeah.
When it comes to women, we are called prostitute, but you are called to you. They say you have got a girlfriend. So when a man does it, it's normal. It's something that is acceptable in the community. But when I do it, I'm called a prostitute. So my sister, if you want to maintain your dignity, you want to maintain your reputation, move out and leave that man. Because the moment you say I'm trying to cheat or I'm trying to hurt him so that he can come back or he can change, that dog is not going to change. That man is not going to change. Because they say once a cheater, always a cheater. So don't try to say, because even if he had 10 girlfriends before, he had cheated on you with 10 girlfriends before, the moment you had a one small Benton or a one Madara or whatever, what do they call it? Never mind, I've forgotten the name. The moment you just cheat once, oh my goodness. Social media, the church, your work, everyone will be told, Vongai akaura, ubongai waula, Vongai is a prostitute. Everyone will know, everyone will hear about it, but they'll be like, we heard that the husband had a girlfriend, but the wife is a prostitute. So don't be called a prostitute just because you are trying to retaliate, you are trying to revenge on someone who has got his own way of living and his own way of life.
Maybe this is a conversation for another day, but men are allowed to be polygamous.
There's cough in here, and you're wearing a white shirt. I don't think this is gonna be good for your shirt if I pour this on you. So okay, don't start with me. You know, we don't want to ruin that shirt, do we?
We don't.
No, we don't. We don't. Yeah. So let's move on. What allows you to do that? I would say that, my boy, you want to get into trouble.
It's okay.
Men are allowed.
Men can be polygamous. It's culturally, even like if you look in the Bible, you find also
polygamous and cheating. That's different.
All right.
If you come to me, you come and sit down with me. Maybe it's something that we agreed before we get married that you're allowed to have, because we know there are certain religion in Africa or maybe here or whatever that allow people to have as many wives as they want. And usually they communicate about it. Okay, there's another wife coming, whatever. They talk about it. But when you just go around opening your zip and doing whatever you want, and then you tell me that you are being polygamous or you're allowed to do that, my brother, you are in trouble. Especially if you have a wedding and we say that it's only the two of us. Yeah. When you decide that you don't want it anymore, just cut it off and start your new life. And don't tell me that you're allowed to be polygamous.
No, it's not me. Me, I'm all right.
Oh, okay.
You're just good enough for me.
Just good enough?
You're perfect enough.
Oh, okay, that's better.
Oh my God.
Okay, moving on.
Yep.
Number 6. I met my husband here in the UK, and he was staying with his sister, and I moved in, and we share everything with the sister. This house is nice and big for all of us, but his sister does not have a stable relationship, as she brings different men here and there, which I am not very comfortable with. And I asked my husband that we move out as we can afford this, but he insists that we stay and manage costs, as he also wants to stay with his sister, who is the same age as myself.
It's an interesting one. It's just that, the husband is not understanding the situation. Once you get married, it's always the best to just move on, and stay separately with your wife and your husband. And then your relatives also are staying separately. Then you visit each other. Because now, this is Murora, but now she's seeing how auntie is staying and everything. The next thing, she will start disrespecting auntie because of maybe the multiple relationship that auntie is having. She'll start not to respect auntie, thinking auntie is like really a bad person or whatever. Probably things are just not working, the way they should be in auntie's, relationship. So moving away from family so that at least you can actually start something completely in you with your partner, and then you love each other, then you have that kind of relationship with them. Because if you continue staying in this particular space, you're going to cause unnecessary, challenges with your family. The next thing that husband is gonna see is that he's gonna come to this place one of these days, and you'll find his wife in bed with sister's boyfriend and everything. It's gonna be a threesome there, and you'll be shocked.
I know the husband is probably trying to protect his sister, from all these different men that are coming in the house. He's frightened that maybe if he leaves, something bad will happen to her or whatever. Maybe it's his way of trying to protect his sister, but it's not right. And one thing I want to say for sure, if I don't know if they have kids or not, if we have kids in that environment, I'm not staying another minute in that environment where different men come in the house and everything. There was this story that I heard the other day where a family, they gave someone a room to rent with them in the house, and their daughter were raped for 5 years by different men who were coming with that men that they were living with in the house. So as soon as I see that kind of behavior, and we have kids in the house, different men coming in the house, I'm not letting that happen. I'm protecting my kids. I'm protecting myself, because those men can be anything and whatever. It's not safe in that place, in that environment. So if the husband really cares enough for the wife, and especially if there are kids involved, that's a no. It's not happening. They have to leave her. They have to leave the sister to live by herself, to do her own life. Because now it's creepy. Why doesn't he want to move out? Why does he still want to stay there in that kind of environment? Why isn't he uncomfortable? As much as I say that you might want to protect the sister, but that's not right, especially if they have got kids or plan on having kids in that kind of environment. It's not safe, because one day you bring someone who is drunk or everything and whatever, and then they'll go into my son's room or my daughter's room and molest and abuse and rape my child because they are just people who are whatever. So no, that's not right.
Yep.
That's not right at all.
Just sit down with your husband and move out. Sit down with your husband and move out of that house.
They talk on the phone almost every night, chatting and doing video calls. Every time I leave for work, I watch him on the video that I installed. At this moment, I am not sure what to do. I have asked him. He confessed it, and he's using divorce to threaten me if I tell my family. We barely sleep together. We have kids, and I don't want to be disgraced in front of my family. What should I do? My heart is weak. I'm drained. I'm thinking of just living quietly.
So she can actually notice that he's already
in another relationship, always talking with someone and everything. They barely stay together. And if I try to talk to him about it, is threatening him with divorce. I don't even know why he's using divorce to threaten her, because it sounds like maybe she's not financially stable, she cannot live by herself. Why is he using divorce? What makes him think that she's scared of being divorced or of being left and staying by herself? What give him that hold
so
on
I think
her?
she should just maybe make it clear to him that she's not afraid of divorce, and also it's not the end of the world. You can actually have a nice, good life even after that divorce. You can probably meet someone who actually loves you and appreciates you more than this guy who can actually have an affair while you are still there. You are still staying together. He's speaking to other girls and everything like that. No, don't be limited to say maybe you are afraid to say, oh, I'm gonna be left alone or anything. No, just get over that fear. I've seen a lot of people who are divorced who are actually living a good life right now, and they are now safe, because next thing, you are not safe in this house. Why would someone have that, audacity to just come and then start having those relationships while you are there and everything, and they're not even afraid of you? It probably means they actually, are thinking about doing something or anything that can, hate you or anything like that. So speak to them. You're not afraid. If it means you're going separate ways, go separate ways. Because otherwise, something bad is probably going to happen in that house.
Yeah, it's really sad. It's not fair, really. It's not right what they're doing.
She's being tormented.
There's nothing as painful as when someone falls out of love with you and they still try to use some kind of thing against you. Yeah. Maybe she's not financially stable. Maybe she cannot survive by herself without his financial aid, whatever. She can always claim maintenance. She can always find a way of living and of surviving. And she should stop living for people trying to please people. I don't want to disgrace my family or whatever by divorce, whatever. Like as much as I always say that you are the only man that I have known all my life, and even if you pass on right now as young as we are, it's going to take me a long, long time to be able to allow another man to come into my bedroom, to hold me, to do things to me. It's going to take a lot of time. But when it comes to cheating and being disgraced and you hurting me and doing those things, that kind of thing to me, you are gone. I don't care. I was brought up in a Christian family where divorce is not really something that we take lightly, we take easily. As for us, especially us Africans, we try as much as possible to avoid divorce for the kids, everything, to maintain family, whatever. But I'm not living for people. I'm not living in a hurtful relationship just because I'm afraid what my parents will say, what people from church will say. I'm hurting. I'm the one who is in pain. I'm not living for that. And probably the kids, they already know this. They do video calls and everything. And raising kids in such an environment where they see their father talking to another woman, whatever, talking to another lady, telling them I love them, whatever, doing all those things in the house, and kids see that. And kids can feel the tension. They can feel that, there's something wrong with mom and dad. And I'm not getting treated like that. I'll find a way. I know sometimes the family, because they don't want that responsibility to support you financially and everything. Maybe he's a hard-working man, he's got a lot of money, whatever. He's the one who takes care of everything. I would rather have my peace and sanity and be healthy and my mental stability instead of suffering because of finances or because I'm afraid of divorce or whatever. I would rather start again and start over my own life and do my own thing instead of staying in such a toxic relationship just because I'm afraid of what people will say, people will do. This is not right.
It's not right.
This is not right. This is not fair. And this is not
very
okay.
Sorry, my sister, for this, but if you can have, gather that courage to actually say enough is enough.
It's not right.
Decision to make.
And the fact that he actually confessed, he actually told her in her face that, I'm seeing someone, I'm with someone, but it's up to you. If you want a divorce, I'll give you a divorce. Why are you threatening me with really divorce? Toxic, so should I just stay here and stay in this relationship, seeing all those videos and everything that you do, and life is so unfair. Life is so sad. Sometimes, I have got friends and sisters, and sometimes they'll say that sometimes, I have a man in the house and I long for sex. I yearn for sex. Sometimes I would say to you, babe, I'm tired. Please, let's not do this. Sometimes I refuse to have sex. But there are some women out there who actually long for their men to touch them. Be like, Wongai, he doesn't touch me anymore. We no longer make love. Maybe once in a while, even if I try sometimes to touch him, we'll be like, I'm tired. Imagine the embarrassment of being denied by men to make love. I usually know that women are the one who are lazy, who are tired, who are not that sexually. Because when a woman usually, for us to want to have sex, usually before period or just after period, we don't want sex all that often. But to an extent that a lady would actually want sex, I'll try to touch you, and you tell me not to touch you. And you act like that, you do all that. You are the one who is cheating. You are the one in a relationship. I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to make things work. I'm trying, okay, baby, let's make love. And you'll be like, no, I don't want to. Guys, let's not do this to each other. If you feel like that I'm not good enough, I'm no longer okay for you, you have found something better, just get out. Leave me alone. Take care of your kids. Pay maintenance, pay rents, whatever. Be responsible. Don't torture. Let's not torture each other. Let's not. Imagine if it was you. You are married, you've got someone in the house, a woman in the house who is doing video calls with other men, doing view-ons and everything to other men and everything. And I always say that before you do something to someone, just put yourself in their shoes. Try to see if it was you, or maybe if it was your sister who's being treated like that. Your sister is being treated like that by another man. She is doing that to your sister. How would you feel? Do you think that's okay the way you are doing that to that lady? Do you think that's okay? Do you think that's fair? No, let's do this. I'm very sorry, my sister, but I think you have to think about yourself and your kids. This relationship is not working for me. My husband is dating a man and I didn't know all this. Well, I found out about it a couple of weeks ago. I was thinking he was dating a woman, but it was shocking that it was a man.
Yeah, it's just said, that it's actually a man that, husband is dating with. But the story of all this is that your husband doesn't love you. Your husband loves someone else. It doesn't matter if it's a man or it's a woman, but, your husband doesn't love you. So you just need to try to figure out how to maybe get out of that relationship now. Probably speak to them to say, yeah, I found out about this and it's okay. If he's okay to go ahead that path, that's up to him. But you yourself just know that the person that you actually thought loved you or thought was your husband probably doesn't love you because he's having multiple partners as well. So it's better you get yourself out of that relationship knowing that that person doesn't love you at all. He loves someone else.
Yeah, I think you've been cheated twice. One, he cheated on you. Doesn't matter it's a man or a woman, like you said.
Yeah.
Number two, he lied to you about his sexuality. Whether he's bi or he's into men or whatever, that's not right, doing that to someone. Because I think there are diseases and things involved in all that. You're supposed to do certain things to make sure that nothing happens to you. You know, when they do, how they do it when they are men alone, whatever. I'm not really well sure about how they do it, but I don't think it's safe for you when he's coming to that man and come to you and have sex with you. It's not fair and it's not right. So it's all up to you now to make a decision. Do you want to live with a man who is into other men and into you as well? Are you okay with that? Because the fact of the matter is that it doesn't matter whether it's a man or a woman. He's cheating. He has cheated on you. Yeah, it's worse now that he lied to you about his sexuality. So the decision is yours, my sister, to decide whether or not you continue with him like that. And it's not like you actually... He didn't come to you and confess and say, I'm into men, I'm now interested in men and everything. This was something that you wanted actually to continue doing.
Yeah.
Two-timing you and the men together. It's only that I don't like people who say they're sorry after they've been caught.
Yeah.
If someone who is remorseful wants to change, they'll come to you first before you even catch them to say, baby, I've been doing this. Baby, I've changed. I'm no longer interested in women, or I want both worlds or whatever. This is the person that I've become. This is what I've become now. So, baby, I cheated on you with this person, but I have reformed. I'm trying to change. But if someone who is cheating and who gets caught, and then that's when they're trying to apologize and saying sorry. Are you really sorry, or you're just sorry because you got caught?
Yeah.
Have you reformed? Have you changed? Are you a better person? Are you trying to learn to change? Do you really want to do away with that thing? Or you're just saying sorry because I've caught you?
Yeah.
So it's very important to look into all that and everything, to seek counsel. Maybe she might need closure to see, how did this happen? How did we get here and everything? And
just move on. Like I said before, don't blame yourself.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm trying to say.
This is the situation on the ground.
Yeah, sometimes
there's nothing
you might just want to closure to know, well, when did it happen? How did it happen? And everything. You know, you've got questions that you want to ask, but nothing justifies him leaving you for a man when you guys were married and everything. Nothing justifies it. But sometimes you just want to know, when did you become this? Were you always like this? Were you always into men and everything when we got married and everything? Yeah. So you might just want to know.
Yep.
All right. Second from last. That's number 9. We are married, and my partner just confessed to me that they have feelings for someone else. What do I do with such information?
Okay, so when they confess that they have feelings for someone else, are they actually saying that they want to leave you and to go to that person? Because maybe it's just a feeling that they have. But for when they're actually confessing,
what do you mean
it
it's
to
just
you,
a feeling that they have?
Probably they just saw someone, they say, I have a feeling for that person. I have a crush.
What does that mean?
Like the crush. Those crushes that you say, I have a crush here, this crushing. It's crushing. So if you're crushing when you are still not married, you probably cannot crush as well, even when you're married.
But
what
it's
I'm
different
just
when
saying,
you just see someone Israel and say, that lady looks nice, she looks nice, or whatever. Compliment someone like that, they look nice. I see a man, I say they look nice. But when you actually say you have good feelings for someone.
That's what I want to go deeper, because what I can tell you, like people, when they are seeing people out there, even if they are married or anything like that, that's why, Jesus actually said that when you look at someone, then you actually think that, you have done it. Because he knows people can actually think about that. When they look at you, when they look at me, someone probably will be thinking, will be seeing me naked or whatever that they are seeing. Or they look at you, they try to think, visualize. So that this just that this person actually verbalized it as well. He was visualizing it in his mind. but he went ahead to verbalize it to his wife. So now what we try to find out is, what is his intention? Is he saying he wants to leave them because they now have found someone else, or he's just telling them just as a story to say, I actually have a feeling for this person, but I love you?
Are you serious?
What can I say?
Would you actually want me to tell you if I have feelings for another guy? Would you want me to come to you and say, Israel,
if you have
I've got feelings
for another guy, go to that
for
guy.
popcorn?
If you have feelings for popcorn, go to popcorn. But this guy already has told his wife.
Why would you tell me that? Why are you telling me something so
that's
stupid?
why I'm now asking to say, this guy, since he's verbalized it, what does he want? To leave this wife?
Is he trying to make a condone it and say, it's okay? Why are you telling me this?
Maybe just for the lady to know. It's
just as good as cheating. You're confessing that you have cheated.
No.
You might
maybe
not have...
He's a trustworthy guy. He actually has feelings for someone. And because he's a reliable, trustworthy guy, he wants the lady to know, baby, I love you. But look, I saw this lady. I love her too.
So what do you want me to say after you've told me such information?
So what do you want to do, baby? Do you still love me, or you want to go to that person?
Do you want to die?
Just be serious to say, okay, now that you've told me, do you still want us to be together?
Yeah, I'll be like, so how can I help?
Because
what can I do to help you with these feelings that you have developed for another woman?
The last thing that you want
wife
is to force someone to still remain with you when they no longer love you and they have feelings for someone else. So if you can actually have that conversation, like this guy has started it already, then you agree, say, okay, baby, me, I cannot love you. If you have feelings for someone else, it can't work with me, because I would not, because whenever maybe you are making love to me, probably you are thinking of that someone else. So it will be best for you to go to that someone else. Then you just finalize it and leave it, and then, you go your separate ways. Because pretty much if someone is starting to actually come to you and tell you exactly how they are feeling, their feelings are for someone else, it means already they don't love you at all.
Yeah, exactly. If you say that, so the conversation is not complete. Yeah, if you come to me and you tell me, Wangai, I've got feelings for Chitanda.
Yep.
So, Chitanda, not again. I've got feeling for Chitanda.
Yeah.
I've fallen out of love with you. So I haven't done anything. I haven't acted yet on the feelings. I haven't asked them out. Maybe they won't even say yes after I've asked them out. But I have fallen out of love with you, and I'm thinking of going after Chitanda and then move on with my life because I don't feel anything for you anymore. That would make sense.
Yeah.
But if you just come to me and then you tell me that I'm feeling for Chitanda, but I still love you and I want to stay in this house. So now wherever I go, all I see is Chitanda. Even if you don't talk to them, whatever. I don't want to know about your feelings. Keep your feelings to yourself and pray about it and shove it down under there inside your stomach and go to the toilet and flush them out. Don't tell me about your feelings for Chitanda. I don't want to know about that.
Maybe you see some changes in me. I start changing. I'm behaving differently. Then
you want me and you want Chitanda at the same time.
Yes. Yeah, probably you.
No,
you can get a second wife.
Why are you saying all these things about second wife and the polygamy and everything and whatnot? What's going on in your head?
No worries, let's go. I was thinking about Chitanda.
Yeah, you have got a death wish. So yeah. If this is just a feeling that you have and you still love your wife and you still want to keep your marriage, shove those feelings down your throat, or just put your chigunwe down your throat and vomit those feelings and let them go away. No. We are not doing that.
You don't want someone who's open enough to come to you.
You're trying to make me look stupid and then say, I told you I didn't do anything. I have feelings. Feelings my food. No, that's not right. Yeah. Unless if you want to move on and go and be with that person that you have feelings for. But if you want to stay in my house and you're telling me about other feelings that you have.
Let's swap places. If it was a lady coming to me and say, baby, I have feelings for someone else, you'll be saying it's okay.
It's not okay. No, it's not okay.
Okay.
Either way, it's not okay. I'm not coming to you and say I've got a crush for the guy next door. I saw this guy next door. He drives this big van and everything.
And you have a one pack.
I have feelings for him. I don't know what to do with these feelings. I feel whenever I see him, I feel so weak. I don't know what to do, baby. Can you give me advice? What should I do?
The way you are just coming out from your head, all all those things that you're saying coming out of your head is something that you actually think.
No, I'm someone who's very constructive and someone who thinks very fast.
It's
I'm
actually
like,
something that you actually thought of telling me one of these days.
Whenever I see him, my knees start getting weak. I feel so weak when I see him. I don't know what to do. Baby, please give me advice.
I'll kill you.
I will kick you in the butt. Oh my goodness, what's wrong with you? Yeah. That's not right. That's not right.
Let's move on.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my sister.
Yeah,
that guy doesn't love you at all.
That's disrespectful. That's so disrespectful. Okay, this one, I saw this one on social media and I put it on my status and I've been receiving these interesting comments. The men, they're just laughing. There's just sending emojis of laughs. I'm like, guys, why are you laughing? Say something. They're not commenting. But I've been receiving interesting comments from ladies. The statement says, married woman, how do you handle a neighbor who doesn't greet you, but she greets your husband with respect? How are you, Mr. Sundau? How was your day? Did you have a good day at work? And then when she sees me, she just looks aside and goes away. She doesn't even greet me. She doesn't even talk to me. I try to greet her like, hi. And then she goes away. But she greets you with respect. How are you, Mr. Sundau? Are you all right? How did you
First
do with
thing,
that?
You need to find out, what did you do to my neighbor? What have you done to my neighbor? Why doesn't my neighbor like you?
So it's my fault.
It's you. What did you do to my neighbor?
You're worried about your neighbor.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because if my neighbor is good books with me and not good books with you, you've done something to my neighbor.
Oh my gosh, what's wrong with me?
Yeah, so what you just need to find out is, that person probably, I don't know what could have happened and why they don't even like you at all, because definitely they probably don't like you that much. Maybe try to be open with them and just to, to find out as well from them.
From who?
I don't know.
To ask the neighbor.
No,
why is it that you don't talk to me, you talk to my husband?
No, just try to be open as well.
And someone else
Greet them so excited.
Let me give
the same way you see them excited.
Let me give you another example.
Yeah.
And then someone was saying that, for example, someone actually at work, you work with them. There's another lady. I have my own office. Yeah. Another lady has an office. My husband has his own office. We work in different offices. That lady doesn't even work in the same department as my husband, but I always see her leave my husband's office all the time. And sometimes when I'm going to my husband's office, when she's leaving and I'm going there, even when I say hi, she won't even answer. And I can hear her laughing with my husband in the office and everything. But as soon as she sees me, she changes her face. It looks like she's have seen a ghost, whatever. She changes her attitude and she even goes away. So what's up with that?
Probably your neighbor is just thinking, if I was the one with this guy.
Can you be serious? Can you be serious?
No, I'm telling you, they'll be thinking to themselves, if I was with this guy, I'll be treating him like a king. You are not treating me like a king. Treat me like a king, so that she doesn't even have that shot.
She's married, she has got her own husband.
Yes, but he's saying, if I was with that Mukanya, wasn't it so cool?
Are you like serious? Is this your response, your actual response, or you're trying to be funny?
No, it's my actual response, because what I'm saying is, sometimes.
So are you blaming me on why your neighbor? You're blaming me. You're saying that I'm not treating you right, so she's feeling bad for me. And the other lady said that they said that they were caught now. They were now caught going out with the neighbor. And then the wife said, "What's really happened? Why are you going out?" Like when the neighbor was being asked by other people, "Why did you go out with someone's husband?" Like, I felt so bad for him. He was so lonely. He was always complaining about his wife. So I was only trying to help.
You'll be seeing, maybe you've been observed.
What do you mean you're trying to help?
Listen, maybe you've been observed shouting at me or treating me bad or saying something bad to me. You are my neighbor. Remember, this is my neighbor that we're talking about. They probably overhear you shouting at me or maybe saying, speaking to me in a rough way or anything like that. So probably they're just worried to say, this guy, he's a good guy. He's a chilled guy. He looks like a decent man, but he doesn't deserve this.
So are you justifying your neighbor's actions of not talking to me and talking to you?
No. I don't know.
If they are a neighbor who actually cares about you and trying to fix your relationship and trying to fix your marriage, and they care about you, they shouldn't be doing that and trying to talk to you and not talking to me. Hi, Wongaya, how are you? Are you okay? Talk to me lady to lady and try to help. But if now they're trying to snatch you, they're trying to fix it.
Will you want it's like for that neighbor to come to you and say, you, Mrs. Sundao, you're not treating Mrs. Sundao right.
No,
you see, it's completely different conversation. So what I'm just saying is,
I would rather prefer they confront me like that instead of trying to take over my husband and talking to my husband and not talking to me.
Yeah, it's said that they're actually talking to your husband, but there's nothing your husband he can do.
He can do something.
You can
avoid them. Yes, you can avoid them.
Yes, but
and even
I can avoid them maybe.
And even ask them.
But we'll meet one day. He's my neighbor.
No, you'll be like, is there something wrong with you and my wife? Because she said that
I cannot ask my neighbor that.
Yes, you can. You
Why?
can. Because you are trying to fix your marriage and you don't want, so you are trying to please your neighbor whilst I'm hurting. You talk to your neighbor, she smiles at you, and I
don't
go
want
outside,
unnecessary drama.
No, that's not drama. You talking to my neighbor and not talking to me, a lady neighbor, that's drama.
Going to my neighbor and say, you, my neighbor, why are you not
whenever
greeting
she's
my
talking
wife?
to you and saying, hi, Mr. Sundar, how was your day? My day was fine. I don't know. My wife has been saying that whenever she tries to talk to you, you are not as nice to her as you are nice to me. Is there something wrong? What's wrong with that?
I'll do that to my neighbor.
This is not about you. People would think that I'm a crazy person or something, or I talk too much. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
So I think if you care about your marriage, because some men, they want to look cool out there whilst they're dissing their wife, whilst they're making their wife look bad. Wipe off your neighbor, avoid your neighbor. They want to talk to you 5 seconds, whatever. Just say, morning, get into your car or get into the house. Avoid them. Show them that, I'm not interested in this. The lady that comes to your office, I'm busy now. You see her coming, get on the phone, call your wife, be on the phone and try to avoid her. Because you cannot be entertaining. I tell you that I'm not comfortable. When I pass her in the passage, in the corridors, she doesn't even want to talk to me. She changes the face or to look to the side. But she comes into your office, spends 5 minutes, 10 minutes talking to you about what? That's not right. You're not even in the same department or everything. That's not right. That's not healthy.
It's clear.
You wouldn't want the same to happen to me. We
100%.
work at the same company and everything. And there's a guy who's always in my office.
My neighbor boy is always chatty and lovey-dovey with you, I'll ban you from talking to him.
Exactly, you see. So you wouldn't want the same to see a guy all the time. They're in my office talking to me, laughing and everything, whatever. Even bringing me lunch and everything. And whatnot. Have you eaten, Miss Sundao? I'm going to town. Do you want me to bring you something? That's not right. Every time he's out there, hi, Mrs. Sundao. How are you? How is everything? I see your your tires. They're low on pressure. Do you want me to help you? And I have a husband. My husband is there. He can do that. That's rude. That's not right. I should tell them straight, no, my husband can take care of my car. Don't worry about it. Thank you. I go inside. But are they? Are you sure? They're low on pressure. Oh, I didn't notice. What? Go inside. Tell your husband that your tires are low on pressure, not to entertain the neighbor.
Yeah.
So guys, cut them off. If it's your neighbor is a man, cut them off. If your neighbor is the lady, cut them off. That lady that is always coming to your office, cut them off. Don't ruin your marriage just trying to look cool or please people.
Yeah.
Cut them off. Cut them off. Cut them off.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is the last one. Mm-hmm. There's been an interesting conversation, guys. If you have been watching until this stage, and if you haven't subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button, because we have actually noticed that quite a lot of you guys are just watching, but you haven't subscribed. Please just hit the subscribe button. It will help us even to continue to grow even in our numbers, and also it will give us strength to keep on contributing in these discussions as much as we can. If you have any questions,
yes,
as usual, feel free to throw it in our inboxes. Yes, other than that, thank you so much
for
your time. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.